grassroots movement is once again calling attention to gun laws after the mass shooting at FedEx. Moms Demand Action is the largest gun prevention organization in the country, and members believe that background checks could save lives.
Randall Newsom sat down with one of the members of the movement to hear what she believes our state leaders should do next.
Hey everybody, thank you for joining us. We are here with Becca McCracken of Moms Demand Action. How are you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. Obviously, we're here to continue a very important conversation and push it forward. When you heard the news that morning, Thursday night, what was going through your mind? Where were you?
I was shocked, or maybe partially shocked that I wasn't so shocked. It's just, these mass shootings have just become an everyday occurrence in our country, and it's just an unimaginable loss, a loss of the 8 lives, but I mean just the tragedy that really everyone associated with it will endure just years upon years after it.
Obviously, we're going through the grieving process of losing those 8 people in our community, but what do you feel like are the next steps to maybe preventing something like this in the future?
Yeah, I think there are a lot of steps, and I feel like we get hampered by thinking there's one solution. President Biden has presented different resolutions, and we have HR 8 that has passed, which would require background checks on all gun sales. And right now, our first step is we really want to see Senator Young and Senator Braun vote to approve. So we really need the Senate to bring a vote on background checks.
Your guys' whole mission right now is gun sense in America. When you say gun sense, what do you mean?
We really just mean we want some guide rails. We have, it's just interesting. We have so many guide rails for voting. There's a lot of restrictions when it comes to voting, and we just keep stepping back any sort of guide rails on guns. And so we're not interested in the idea of gun control. We just want to take some steps to make it a little more difficult for guns to get in the wrong hands.
When the impact happens, it's just seeming like you said, sometimes it's almost becoming normal. What do you feel like it's going to take to push this forward, to say a little bit more gun sense, a little bit more of a watchful eye on these gun laws?
It's hard to feel optimistic when children have been shot in their classroom and we haven't been able to pass any legislation. I think it's 25 years since we've had any meaningful gun legislation in this country. I'm hoping that the fact that there's continual data about the fact that 90% of Americans support background checks, and that's not just Democrats and it's Democrats and Republicans. An overwhelming majority of people, gun owners, non-gun owners, support common sense gun legislation, and I'm hoping that the NRA is not doing as well, and I imagine they're not going to be able to financially support the legislators that we have, and I hope that makes a difference, because I believe that my right to safety shouldn't be trumped by the money that the gun lobby is spending.
Awesome. And we'll end with this. Mom is in the title. You're representing a bunch of moms right now. What would you say, if you could, in a few words, to those senators that may be considering making a change?
Do it. It's not just the mass shootings like we just experienced. 100 people lose their lives every single day in this country. I don't think people realize that. 100 people, 100 moms lost a child to gun violence in this country yesterday, 100 the day before. It's just past time. We have got to do something. It is time to do something.
Well, Becca, thank you so much for having us. We appreciate the time and you speaking from your heart.
Thank you.
All right, guys, we will have more information on this conversation and Moms Demand Action on wishtv.com. I'll send it back to you.
Randall, thank you. Moms Demand Action was first started back in 2012 after the Sandy Hook tragedy. So far, they say that they've seen no action from state leaders to combat gun violence here in Indiana.